What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap. Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery. Nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe. Hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I am your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Goose, aka Bulls Scripted, and we are here to recap a 109-77 beatdown of our Chicago Bulls due to the Indiana Pacers. It sucks. It was not fun to watch, but before we do that, be sure to go to ontapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. If you are watching the live stream, go over to YouTube, throw us a subscription over there, a sub, and, hop in the chat room, come and talk with us, do some cool shit. I don't know what's happening to Goose over here. Is your house falling down?
My house is deteriorating.
Oh, it's just,
we're getting fucking
it's the crazy
over here.
It's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Oh, you can't do that to me. Anyway, anywhere you listen to podcasts, you listen to us, 5-star rating and review, because that's cool and tough. And I know I already said this, but head on over to the YouTube if you're on Facebook or Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube at OnTapSportsNet. Hop in this chat room. Let's talk. Goose, couple house cleaning announcements before we get into this beat down here. December 11th, which is Saturday, 7 p.m., we tweeted out a link from the Bulls on Tap Twitter page. Goose and myself retweeted it. We will be doing a halftime show at the Windy City Bulls Arena, which is the Now Arena in Hoffman Estates. CBE Fred, our dude C-Red Fred, is going to be the host of this panel, including Big Dave, Matt Peck, Salim, Matt Gentile. I mean, there's Doug Tonis, I believe, is going to be on this. I don't know Doug. I've never actually talked to Doug nor met Doug. But everybody else I've talked to and at least met, I'm really excited about the opportunity. We'll be answering Bulls questions and just chopping it up with people that love the Bulls like we do at halftime. So I think it'd be a pretty fun experience.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't think that I would be doing that on December 11th, so I'm a little excited about that. Definitely an interesting opportunity. We seem to keep stumbling into these interesting opportunities, which is awesome. That's what we. I can't say that's what we started it for, but the fact that it happens is definitely appreciated.
It just feels good. Like we're not just talking to ourselves, If
we were, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, I mean, if we were, that'd be sweet. Yeah, I agree with you there. But so yeah, I was at the Now Arena, like I said last week. They invited us out, and we went and we met with the ticket rep over there. His name is Nate, real cool dude, and he gave us a tour of the arena, and it was real nice. And the Now Arena is really cool, great for family environment. I think in an intimate setting where you actually want to ask questions or hear what other Bulls fans have to say, the Now Arena is set up perfectly for that. With how close you are to the court and all that, it's going to be a really cool opportunity. So again, go to the link. Peck has posted it. Big Dave has posted it. Salim has posted it. Matt Gentile's posted it. You and I have posted it. You can find where to click the link for the tickets. That'll put you in our section. So when, before halftime and after halftime, we can all at least sit together and take in the Windy City Bulls game. Now that that's out of the way, if you want to go to an actual Chicago Bulls game and you spend over $100 on tickets from Vivid Seats, if you use promo code ONTAP, you get $10 off, which is a free beer. So go to vividseats.com. If you buy $100 or more in tickets and use the promo code ONTAP, you'll get $10 off. That's free beer. Check that out, vividseats.com. Goose, we got our ass kicked today. And it was hard to watch. Like, this was like, I was having some flashbacks a little bit, but then I was able to pull myself out of it because I'm like, it's a back-to-back. You're missing Caruso now. You're missing Vooch still. I'm like, not that he's a make or break. Caruso's not a make or break. He's very good defensively. Great.
I don't know. From what we saw tonight, even make or break.
Yeah, it could. I'm not prepared to say that yet because I'm not ready to be depressed. So let's just pump the brakes on that.
We were both chanting MVP is shameful as that is in the home opener and the home game following that to start the season. So
that may or may not be because alcohol was a little bit involved in there.
Can't blame alcohol for everything, Buzz.
Yeah, the fuck I can. No, I was kidding. But we don't have Caruso tonight. We don't, Vooch is still out with the team though. That's a good thing. He's better at least. He's getting better. So hopefully he gets back in the lineup sooner rather than later. But Bulls just didn't have it from the opening tip tonight. They looked tired. They looked lazy.
They looked like they went out and celebrated the Knicks win and forgot that they had a game today because I forgot that they had a game today. So I came to the game a little late, and then I really just didn't have to pay attention because start of the second quarter on it really wasn't much of a competition, which is sad to say because this is a game that, we probably were to circle down the schedule as like, that's a winnable game. And instead we got our ass kicked.
Well, our dude Matt Peck kind of put it perfectly. He's like, I feel like this is a trap game. Coming off a huge win against the Knicks, then you lose Caruso there, and Vooch is obviously still out, and he's just like, man, the Pacers aren't as bad as their record, which I know Stacey and Adam kept saying that and beating a dead horse, but listen, they have not been playing well. I've watched a ton of Pacer basketball this year. Always intrigued with a Rick Carlisle coach team, just because, what he did in Dallas when we were younger. He had a really good team over there. He was a good head coach. But yeah, I just they just beat the shit out of us, and I did. It felt like a trap game that one just go out there and try to win it right away. And when the shots weren't falling, Zoe looked bad. He didn't even score. Zoe didn't even score tonight. Zach was not efficient with the rock. DeMar DeRozan, he struggled a bit. Shot 50% from the field, though. That fucking guy is just unbelievable. A bad game, he's still shooting 50% from the field, but he did turn the ball over 4 times. Bulls only turned the ball over 9 times tonight, dude, which is kind of wild.
So shot like shit and didn't really try on defense.
Yeah, we shot 36% from the field. We shot 21% from downtown, and that's where they were chucking a lot of their shots, is they were trying to get some offense going. 6 for 28 from downtown tonight. 6 for 28.
Lovely.
Yeah. Another thing I kind of want to talk to you about and bring up is the fact that we were having to deal with guys like Miles Turner and Sabonis, who both only had 26 minutes in this blowout win tonight. Man, you know how I am. I've talked to you about this before. When there's size against you and it's really affecting you, they should have went to Simonovic earlier. Put a big body in there.
Yeah, especially since this game was already out of hand and you could get the feeling that your team was just not playing up to the intensity level of the other team. What would be the worst of getting that kid some actual NBA experience? Run him and Kobe into pick and roll over and over again from the second quarter on. If you get the feel that a back-to-back is going like this, just pull the plug sooner and get something productive out of it, because I feel like we waited too long. And then when you're throwing those guys in that late, it's almost like sympathy minutes. It's yeah, well, I don't really want to play, but I don't want these guys to get hurt either. So why don't you go out there instead?
I think that was the least favorite part of my game, besides just the actual blowout itself, is in the garbage time minutes, Matt Thomas trying to create shots for himself with his little dribble moves and chucking them. Dude.
West Swag's going to get his ass cut from the roster.
I was getting fucking mad.
Just fan petitions. Yeah. Doesn't know how to handle garbage time. Just get his ass out of here.
Yeah, get his ass out of there. What the fuck are you doing dribble moves from 2K and pulling up? What are you doing? I don't want to see that shit. He
wants to be on an NBA roster.
Yeah, I know he wanted
Antonio Blakeney.
He wanted to get. Oh my god, I saw so much Antonio Blakeney shit when I was at the Windy City Bulls game. Man, he's their leading scorer. He was the rookie of the year, just a badass NBA G League rookie of the year, of course. But how I remember when people thought Antonio Blakeney, they were
Kevin Durant had some shout outs for him.
Yeah, Antonio Blakeney must have sold him the good or something like that. There's no fucking possible way. Come on. We watched him play.
The dude's a bucket, and he's athletic as hell, but he really doesn't know how to pass. And he's got NBA, my player 2K shit stuck in
Well,
his
if
head.
you're a bucket, I'm going to go with you here. If you are a literal bucket at the NBA level, you're going to get a job. I don't care. Like, you're going to get a job. There's a reason.
He did have a job, and then he set up a poker game to.
But he lost his job before he had the poker like that. He was already cut. He was already off a team.
All right, fine. He was already in China, and that's why he had to have the hold up game. Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em.
Oh my god. But yeah, there was a lot of shit about him there, which was just hysterically funny. But yeah, Matt Thomas coming out there and trying to white Mamba it. I just didn't really understand what was going on.
Get him out of here.
And then our boy Cody puts up on Twitter too. I noticed it because I was putting Ren down and getting her ready for bed, just kind of watching on my phone. And Simonovic gets his first career point, and it wasn't even televised. Fucking Cody said, because Stacy and Adam were looking at a meme.
Of course they were.
And oh man, I'll tell you, like, it's just so funny. I forget what it's like. I mean, I love Stacey King. We watch him all the time, obviously, but like when you go to a game, and then you come back to watch the broadcast, it just makes me laugh. Like how he is, I am him and he is me. Like I want to be like Stacey. You know what I'm saying? Because like he's just such a homer. He's such a homer.
Did you just turn Stacey's name into the Michael Jordan song?
I did, yeah.
Is that who?
Well, he does it with Zach all the time. What, I didn't sound as good as him when he does it?
No, you sounded beautiful, Buzz. It was more so the fact that Stacey King in that song. You're just gonna move along.
We'll move along. But yes, he was just homering it up tonight. I couldn't imagine how he was last night in Sunday's game. Let's talk a little bit about Sunday's game because this one was just a fucking stinker. There's not a lot to talk about in this one. I will give credit to where credit's due. Miles Turner has really improved his game. He comes out tonight. He's 12 and 10. 4 blocks for him. Just absolutely fucking phenomenal. Sabonis is still a dog. Everybody else just kind of, fuck them. I don't really care. They're not. I don't think they're on the Bulls level once the Bulls are healthy. I just want to give those two guys dap real quick. But going back in time into the Knicks game real quick too. What did you see on TV? Because when we were there, believe it or not, dude, I did not have a beer last night.
Bullshit.
I swear to God, you can call juice right now. I bought one of those commemorative cups, and you get free pop all night. And I was drinking Sprite and Coke all night long for free. Actually, the cup was like $11, but I fucking got like 9 pops. I made that shit.
I'm lying.
I'm not.
Saturday night at the United Center,
Sunday
you sipped on pop.
Sunday night. I did not drink one beer yesterday.
Okay, well, I guess that would make sense.
Yes, I did not drink one beer yesterday. I went against the crack 'em mentality. I just had pop. I popped them.
No, you were a responsible adult who had to drive home and knew you had to be up at ass o'clock in the morning. There's no such thing as one beer at the UC. It doesn't. Yeah.
No, it doesn't. So I had pop, and then I ate at the barbecue joint upstairs. I got some brisket. Fire, dude.
Fire. Yeah. All right. I mean, that's not a bad substitute.
Yeah.
Free pop. That's right. Everybody that isn't in the Midwest, pop.
It's fucking pop.
Said that shit right. Pop. And brisket. And a Bulls W against Dibs and the Knicks. I mean, I think Io really surprised me. Kobe kind of had a little bit of a coming back party, which was nice to see when the Bulls needed it most. So, I mean, it was a great game. Like, just the vibe of that game is always going to feel like a playoff matchup going forward here for these next couple of years. And it's exciting just to have these games again where it's not like it's the tank off. Like you're not getting excited for playing another shitty team.
It's not like who could suck the worst.
Yeah, it's not who can suck the worst anymore. It's not who's going to roll out the worst lineup. It's go time. This shit matters. It's going to matter for seeding. It's going to matter for just the feeling of a series that could potentially happen down the road. And right now we're 1-1. The home team has won both times. And we'll get them 2 more. And I hope we take both those wins because actually,
we haven't played at Madison Square Garden yet.
We haven't?
No, they beat us at home.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they beat us at home, and the actual, I don't know how many fucking Joakim Noah nights we're going to have this year.
No, that's right.
Yeah, but they beat us at home on Joakim Noah nights.
I blocked that out of my brain. That wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't allowed to happen.
No, that's okay. We all forget sometimes, man. But yeah, they beat us at home the first time, and then we got them this time. So I will say too, man, that game was gnarly. It was physical as shit. And I felt like, and I know I'm a homer a lot of the time, but I really feel like a lot of the calls were going towards the Knicks way.
It sucks.
So it looked like that on TV too then.
I mean, it feels like most of the year that it's almost like the refs are giving the other team calls to keep them in the game with the Bulls. Like,
I felt like that happened. It's so crazy you say that. I felt like that happened in the second half last night. I felt like they were trying to get the free throw discrepancy from the Bull, like the Knicks were up here, and they kind of had the Bulls just kind of start creeping back in. And there's some like, I'm like, God damn. I'm like, that was like you weren't calling that on the other end, but now it's a foul for us. I mean, I'll take the points, but it was just so odd.
Yeah, sometimes the officiating definitely worries me, especially since sports gambling is legal in so many places now.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. That shit's terrifying.
It is, especially when, you have so much emotion invested in this shit and somebody on the take can just ruin it all. But this isn't wrestling. I don't care what that one guy who hops in my mentions, although he hasn't anymore. There used to be that dude that would always come and tell me that LeBron James sold his soul to the devil and he was winning 3 championships in a row and it was all written in stone and it was going to happen and NBA scripted, and the Lakers did not in fact win 3 championships in a row. So
speaking of LeBron, I know we're hopping, bro, but oh shit, Isaiah Stewart, he got busted up. Like, I mean, he got busted the fuck up. Like, a nice little cold cop opened him up. I could not believe it. Because we were Juice and I were watching at the game, because like I got my NBA app open all the time. And then like I start seeing these notifications on Twitter. So I turned on the game on my league pass and I'm like looking at this and I'm like, whoa. And then we went and found the clips on Twitter. That was fucking gnarly. LeBron totally punched him on purpose. Like I won't say punch, but he intended to hit him. Whether he intended to hit him that hard, I don't know. But what do you think? I think he did. I think he intended to hit him.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any other way to spin it. But I'm sure LeBron fans feel differently.
Because like when you look at the above, how they have the above camera angle, and like he watched the fights on Saturday on ESPN Plus, and he was like, I can hit a spinning back fist. Fuck this kid. Just whack, fucking just hits him right in the face. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And it didn't look that hard initially when you watch it fast, but when they slow it down and you see like his lip.
And you realize it's almost a 7 foot tall, 300-pound man.
Right. And then he's just, I will say that I do think that Isaiah Stewart was a little extra. And what I mean by that, and I'm not trying, like, listen, I know the emotions can get the best of anybody, but dog, you were in his face already. Like you were right there. Like if you're thinking about jumping, then you should have jumped, like sink your teeth into him, get him back, do something,
if you're feeling froggy, then leap.
You're right. Feeling froggy, then leap. And he didn't leap, and I was just like, what the fuck? And then he starts running around. He's pushing down poor little fucking 58-year-old, like, not security, but like team people, and like they're flopping all over the fucking ground. And I'm just like, what is happening? He looked like Moses trying to part the Red Sea, getting LeBron. And then you have Russell Westbrook, like he's all posted up. I know the people listening to the podcast can't see me on the live stream right now, but like,
looks like he's riding a motorcycle.
That's what Westbrook looked like. And then he had somebody holding his hips in the picture too, like making sure he didn't run forward. I'm like, what that's what was my initial thought. I was like, is he practicing to ride a Harley? Like, what's he doing? And that was like the best defense I've seen DeAndre Jordan playing for a long time, because he wasn't going to let him pass him. I'm just hating on everybody right now. I'm on a fucking roll. But it was just, because Isaiah Stewart's running up and DeAndre Jordan's standing there all tough and shit. I was like, oh my God. But they did suspend LeBron for one game.
I can't believe that happened.
And he's going to lose out on $$34,000.
LeBron's going to miss out on a house.
Yeah. Oh my God. Does that make me sick when you say it like that? Oh, I don't even know if I'll make that in my lifetime. I really hope I do.
You'll make that in your lifetime.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous. I know if I lost out on that in my life, God damn, I couldn't imagine my boss coming in tomorrow and whatever the equivalent of $234,000 to LeBron James to me is he'd be like, you're going to miss out on this much. I'd be like, I got Tiny Tim at home, so how am I gonna pay for Christmas?
No, that's kind of crazy to think about. Like, you miss a day of work that you don't have PTO for, and whatever, a couple $100. Is $250,000 like really just a couple $100 to LeBron? Like, is that all it is?
Considering his contract's like $41 fucking million.
I get that, but like in comparison, like, does me and you splurging on a $200 pair of shoes equate to LeBron just going, I'm gonna go buy a house in that neighborhood in that state that we drove through because it looked nice? Like,
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Or is it less because he has even more stocked up in the bank? Is it just like a quarter? Here. Oh, your cousin that I never knew. Here's a house in Cleveland.
Thanks God you couldn't have given me the freaking athletic ability to go dunk on everybody. Now I'm short, fat, and I have a beer gut. And I'm 30.
I don't think that one's on God, buddy.
God damn it. Oh, but yeah, to your point, it probably is what it is. He probably drives like through not Beverly Hills, but like he'll be driving through somewhere where it's like, I don't know, houses like around, the southwest suburbs. He'll be like, man, you know what? It's a nice crib on some good land. I'm going to get that real quick.
I'll take two of those.
I'll take two. Yeah. And then I'm like,
you cat tripped me out, bro.
I
don't know where it just popped up on like your right shoulder here and just slowly creeped back towards the vent.
Yeah, he's a weirdo over there. But I mean, I just couldn't imagine, just being able to do anything I wanted. But hey, serves him right for getting suspended. That was a dick move by him. And I actually, believe it or not, like I really never liked, everybody knows, I really never liked LeBron just because of the Jordan comparisons. Back when I was younger, I did when he got to Cleveland. And I was
I got his rookie bobblehead somewhere.
I got rookie cards like I was telling you about with those little, like the gold background and his Irish jersey.
Yeah, but I mean, we're still going to talk about this.
Right. I didn't hate him, like when he was there. It was just like the whole Miami thing that really soured.
Miami thing was it?
Yeah, it soured me on him. But like, he might be a nice guy for real, but that was a punk move. And the fact that he was asking for Isaiah Stewart's number after to fucking like apologize to him, it's like, dude, you just give it a day or two. You just busted this dude in the fucking eye. Like, just calm down a bit.
All right, we know you're trying to save face, but this guy really has to go save his face for a little bit.
Yeah, it was just unreal. But yeah, I mean, the Knicks game, being there was awesome. It was electric. Tibbs and Rose got, obviously all the dap in the world, MVP chance for Rose when he came in. Had a couple people next to us. They were just like, it's so stupid when people say that. Like, dude, if you don't want to hear people say that, bring some fucking earplugs to the game because you're going to hear it every time. We've
had this conversation before. I can understand where fans like that are coming from. He's not on your team anymore.
I get it.
How does that come off to your players?
I think most of the players have a high respect for him.
But this is like the one time where it doesn't bother me. I can't say that it shouldn't happen. Like it should happen until that number's retired in the rafters because he's retired or just simply because his number belongs up there. That's just gonna happen. So
right. I mean, I think that you kind of look at basketball the way I look at it, especially here in Chicago, is when people are chanting MVP for him, I kind of remove the Bulls from the situation and just kind of remember where the kid's from. And a lot of those people, paid to watch him. They paid to watch him in Simeon when he came here from Memphis after his freshman year and then got drafted to the Bulls. I mean, the Bulls drafted Derrick Rose, but Derrick Rose is playing where he was from. So, I mean,
and if we're honest, until this season, the first few games that we've played here, we haven't had anything to chant about. So,
right.
Let us readapt.
Right.
Rose is still around. He was the last thing really worth chanting for outside of the year and a half, 2 years we had without him.
Sometimes we get so fucked up we chant for Caruso, like you said in the beginning of the show.
Exactly.
So
maybe Chicago fans, Bulls fans specifically, need to loosen up on their MVP chant generosity. But we use it freely, and people are just going to have to deal with that.
Well, yes, you are absolutely right. But I would like to add this: like, don't tell somebody how to fan. Like, that's just
that's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's just the most odd thing to me is like, oh, oh, so you have more, you have more pull because you feel like you're more invested. I was like, do you have a form I could fill out? Maybe, see the rules of
You're
what
a better fan than me because the
Right.
3 letters don't come out of your mouth when Derrick Rose enters the game in the United Center in Chicago.
Well, I would
Okay.
just like to see some sort of user manual, maybe, like, just so I can read up on what I can and cannot do, or have like a signed contract of like, okay, this is what's expected of me, and this will bring me from, good fan status to the elite fan status. Not that I'm fucking draped head to toe and look like a jagoff in, my red hoodie and my little stocking
Not
hat
that
here.
I have red fuzzy Bulls balls on my head or anything.
Yeah, like it don't matter. Fuzzy Bulls balls on my head, and I'm just no. You tell me how to be a better fan, and I will fill out the form and read the manual, and I'll get back to you. But yeah, no, that's basically all I got on my rant. But I'm glad that we got to do this episode and pretty much dodge all of the Pacers game. Because I don't want to talk about
like I said, you texted me and you said link sent, and I was in the middle of doing something else, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about that."
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it. But we got to talk about fun shit because I haven't talked to you in 2 days. So I was just like, fuck it, let's just besides texting, but let's get back on the mic and fuck around. Well, we'll talk about the next game real quick before we head on out. Bulls are off tomorrow. The whole NBA is off Thanksgiving. Dude, when we were kids, didn't they used to play on? I fucking felt like they did.
No, I think it's always just been football.
It hasn't always just been football. I'm like, yeah,
so.
You're probably
maybe
right.
Maybe not.
Because do you remember like the old 2Ks and shit? Like, I mean, I wonder if that's just a scheduling error with the 2K, like how the video game was. But I remember Thanksgiving basketball in 2K, but I also remember Thanksgiving basketball. I thought watching it as a kid. I could be wrong. But anyway.
We'll have to hit up the Google machine when we're done here.
Yeah, I don't have a stat guy.
I'm very conflicted. Holidays kind of just mush together like work days for me. So
No, you're not wrong. After years of working on the railroad, I'm finally starting to be able to appreciate
work,
railroad. I didn't mean it like a tough guy. I meant that's what I did, and I didn't have holidays. But
sorry. It's just moving on.
Yeah, it was too easy. So after this blowout, the Bulls will play on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and they'll play against the Houston Rockets, who are 1-16. They're playing Houston at home.
Jesus.
If you live in the Houston area and you listen to the Bulls on Tap podcast and you want to go to the game, go to vividseats.com. If you spend over $100 and use the promo code ONTAP, we just got your free beer. So go check that out. But yeah, Houston's fucking reeling. Obviously, I don't even know if reeling is the right word. I think they're dead. Some zombie shit's going to have to bring them back. But I think this is an easily winnable game for the Bulls if they come out with a little bit more, energy.
Another trap game, though.
It could be another trap game, but they're so fucking bad. Like, it hurts. It physically hurts me to watch Houston play because there's talent there, and they just suck. So
what's it going to take to get Christian Wood? Just like,
man. Remember what I told you? What did I say when he was on the chopping block in Detroit? I'm like, I would love, and I think it's on one of our podcasts. I'm like, I would love that motherfucker over here.
I just couldn't believe that Detroit didn't pay him.
Well, I mean, it's fucking Detroit. Detroit sucks. Dude, Detroit is just the worst. They're the worst. I mean, they're absolutely idiots. I don't know how. They made a lot of decisions that I just don't fucking get. I swear to God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on my Detroit rant. I'll wait till we play the Pistons again to do that. Apologize. But yeah, so right now, Vucevic will be traveling with the Bulls for this 2-game little road trip here. So he will be with the Bulls. As far as playing or not, we don't know. Billy Donovan would not confirm that.
What's going on with Caruso's wrist?
He's getting an MRI,
okay,
which we never want to hear. So I'm just hoping it's like a bad jam or something, or sprain. I'm hoping nothing structurally is wrong in his wrist. But that we're not going to know probably till tomorrow of what's going on, like really going on with him. From what I've heard from people that were at the game tonight, that he seemed to be in good spirits in the street clothes on the sideline, like didn't look like mopey or anything like that. But that motherfucker got to be hurt if he's not playing. Just the way he carries and conducts himself, he's got to be not feeling right. So
hopefully that MRI comes back a little negative, It's funny.
Yeah.
So I was watching the episode of Seinfeld the other night where he gets the call from the doctor and they tell him that his results are negative and he starts freaking out. And they're like, no, that's a good thing.
I always think of The Office when fucking Kevin's on the ice rink and they stop or the roll, whatever it was, and they're like, the test is negative, and Michael Scott just starts going, "We're gonna beat this." Like he thinks it. We're gonna beat this. But yeah, so we'll be back Wednesday after the Bulls play the Rockets. Do you have anything else before we ride out, man?
No. Oh shit. I guess I'm gonna have to skip my coworker's going away party because the Bulls play on Wednesday. Whoops.
Remember, Bulls up here, and then everything
I know,
else.
Priorities. There's really only the lady that comes beforehand, and even that there's level understanding there. So
yeah, you just got to realize we didn't sift through 3 years of bullshit. I want us to go out there and fucking obliterate them. Like I want blood. Like that's what I want on Wednesday. I want the Bulls. I want Isaiah. I shouldn't have said that. I want his blood, but no, I want Houston's blood. I want them to kill them and just rebound after this bad loss. That's what I want. That's my closing statements. Everybody be sure to go to ontapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap and on Tap Sportsnet. Following Goose at Bulls Scripted, me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review because it's cool and tough. December 11th. Don't forget, go over to our Twitter. It's the pinned tweet. You can click on the link. It's the Bulls Podcast-alooza. That Fred came up with that name. The Bulls. I think that's what it is. It's like
Podcast Palooza.
Yeah, that's what it was, right? Podcast Palooza, and that'll be on December 11th. Podcast Palooza is what it is. December 11th, 7:00 at the Now Arena in Hoffman Estates. If you click on our link, it'll be a $20 ticket. You come on out. You hang out, we'll drink some beers, we'll talk some Bulls basketball. It'll be a really great time. And again, if you're going to go to a game here, whether that be the Bears, Fire, or Nagy, anywhere else, and you spend over $100, you use promo code ONTAP, you get $10 off of that order, which is like a free beer. So be sure to do that and crack them. We'll be back Wednesday after the Bulls play the Rockets.